Everybody in position. It's just the opening tip, and we're underway. Brewer with that long left arm gets up and takes it away. The initial touch of it, it's into Aoki, and he buries himself down. You almost see him kind of hunched over, protecting that ball. Aoki is not the fastest player on the floor. He might be one of the most thoughtful as he comes right through this line and will score the opening goal for the U.S. It's Putaba, and he is on the racetrack there. He's gone full tilt, so much so that he can't keep his balance. And what a story for this young man, born in Poland and makes the journey from the orphanage there across, adopted into the United States of America, and representing now his adopted country at these Paralympic Games. He has been a revelation for this lineup.
Per game for Bat in the competition, 4 points already for him.
And the blocking effort from Putaba against Riley Bat. You hear the chairs, full contact, wheelchair rugby. These have been designed differently than many other sports, these wheelchairs. They're reinforced. They've got the bumpers at the front for the more, well, all of them have bumpers, but the more agile players, the higher classified athletes, look for mobility, where the lower function players, the lower classifications, are looking for defensive blocking with the longer chairs. And that now even more crucial, that play at the end of the first period that they don't execute. They would have been ahead by 2, and in this match, 2 could be decisive. It's from behind, though. Bond against Brewer. He unhooks his wagon, and you see Brewer still in upset on the floor. He'll need some help to get him back up right there, but they get around the edge. This is Brewer, who can corner on a dime, and then Bond comes in to make sure that he doesn't get away with the loose change.
It was fairly careless by Chris Bond there. You know, you could see that Josh Brewer had got around and he was heading for the goal line.
For the U.S. now, Brewer just spins out of that one, but he's lost it here. And he's now been picked up hard, and he'll turn it over. And we'll just watch here now just how they will assess this one, whether it's going to be a foul against Riley Bat, but he gets himself into trouble. He brings his head up, worrying about Bat, coming across to maybe lower the boom on him, and he does ultimately do so, but it's later than he was ready. He looked up, and he loses it, and that's how tight this game is, and that's what pressure does, and the physicality separating the man from the ball. And there, I think Brewer goes down hard. He's been shooken up. And that's a great block. He could get into trouble here with time. 12 seconds is all he has, and he's played it now. There is much better use of the ball. And they've taken it over, though, but Bond has fallen and trying to do it, and it's still in favor of the Americans. And these are moments that you can hardly believe, because the Australians had forced the mistake, and they can't take advantage.
The defense was unbelievable from the Australians.
Well played by the Americans, as that is as much as you're going to see of quick ball movement, and you've got to recognize that play there. It'll be a score from Chad Cohn, and he's got a hat trick, but that's exceptional ball movement from the U.S.
Yeah, Cohn, who was a motocross accident that led him to take up wheelchair rugby. He's had a great final, he really has. It'll be a shame to see him on. Know that that could be the play that clinches it if Bat can get there.
He's not going to, but he'll go right through the end of the building and into the photographers for a moment, and he'll come back as he burst through the line, and he had everything that he was going to bring to this match in the offer right there, but he was just $1 short of that purchase, and they will have to be content with only 2 goals to their credit at the moment. It is going to be deliberate. It's very patient from the U.S. They must score in order to go to extra time. Right now, though, they are silver medalists. Time is getting away for Aoki. He's passed it to Brewer, and they'll level it at 2.8 seconds to go in the 4th period. Still enough time for the Australians to respond, and 50 goals again. They're going to be quick. It'll be Bat to throw it forward. It's into Aoki, and we're going to go into an extra period in the gold medal match. United States and the Australians, 1 and 2 in the world, have gone the full distance of 32 minutes, and they're dead level at 49 apiece. We'll have a couple of minutes pause, and we'll go to 3 minutes. Whoever is ahead at the end of 3 minutes will be the victor of gold. If they're tied, we'll keep going. Brewer will get it to his captain. Calmly, Aoki back to Brewer, and for a second you're just focused on Aoki, and then Brewer just opens, comes around the end, and he, a youngster with experience and poise beyond his years. It's Riley Batt, but he's got a problem. The clock is running. He makes the feed inside to Bond. Bond will turn it across the line for an Australian score with 1.4 seconds. And again, there might be enough time for a long bomb effort here. The Americans will think about it. It's going to come in, and the clock will be fully expired as we've gone through 35 minutes of play, and we are level again at 54 goals apiece in this gold medal final. That, of course, there'll be some rubbing on the wheel. You see in the background, Greg Smith, the former Australian player, a Paralympian, and a medalist as well, just with a wry smile with his coaching mate, Brad Deberly. You simply can't ask for better than this. It has been a showcase to South America, this wheelchair rugby tournament. It's been a showcase to the world. And if you're just tuning in for the first time, this has been absolutely outstanding. Both of the teams, the two best in the world, meet in the gold medal match, and there's nothing to decide between them. It's Aoki who has touched it last.
Wheeler with a slight error as far as Chuck Aoki was concerned before taking the goal.
It's lobbed out in front. The angle is good. And equally the speed in which it's been received, Riley Batt will set it down for the referee. He's put 27, and you see the howl that comes from him. Again, every goal he scores to take the lead in this overtime could be the gold medal ball. Aoki comfortably across this line. There's a disparity of about 8 seconds between the game and the scoring clock. They'll try to use the majority of it here, but they can't make a mistake. If they do, it's over. Wheeler, slowly, in this vice grip that the Australians are applying. They're turning the screw, and this is what's happening here. Aoki's in trouble. He's got the brakes on. He's not going to be able to call a timeout. He has just done it there. He's looking to his coach, and he's probably in as good a position as you want to be, with your eyes looking right into the bench to make that call at exactly 15 seconds to go. They were in exactly the same position at the end of the fourth period of play, and they found a way with just under 2 seconds. Can they do a double dip of it? Or is it double trouble? Here comes Aoki. It's up to Melton. Melton's got Bond on him. Inside to Wheeler, but Wheeler has left the field of play. They call it against the Americans. He leaves the court before the ball's been received. Australia with the inbound inside of 3.6 seconds. They will play from in front of their own bench. It's up to Batt. Batt will take it across the line, and it's over. They will win the gold medal. Australia, the first team with back-to-back gold medals in the wheelchair rugby. And what a moment as they do it in extra time. The second period. Whoa! They are the best again.
Riley Batt really does look hurt. He's in, well, floods of tears by the looks of things as well. Essentially that last plate where he ended up out the chair. The Americans, they'll be absolutely gutted to finish silver after all that exertion, all that thought. It came down to the last few seconds, but it's the Australians who are the ones celebrating again. They've won the gold again. Batt and Bond were phenomenal. Rather muted from the American players. The ritual and the time of defeat.
Wheeler holding back the emotion, as you could see. And Deberly, he takes his moment in style.